The Patriarchate of Jerusalem as an institution dates back to the years of the Apostles and the early Christian Church. It has historically struggled and survived and played a major role in protecting the sacred shrines of the Holy Land and its culture. Situated directly next to the Holy Sepulchre is the Patriarchate of Jerusalem. The Patriarch, His Beatitude Diodorus, is the highest authority in all matters pertaining to holy shrines, the Christian communities, the monastic groups, and also the Orthodox Christians of Palestine. This is the Patriarchate's church dedicated to Saints Constantine and Helen. These Russian-style icons were gifts from Russian pilgrims of years past. There is a small window near the front through which one can see down into the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The Church of the Resurrection measures 31.5 meters in length and 14.5 meters in width. At the center of the Catholicon is the so-called navel of the world. The dome of the main church rises 29 meters high and can be easily seen throughout Jerusalem. On the outside, it is a grayish-green color and matches in size to the gold dome of the rock, which is the Muslim house of prayer. Through the entrance to the Holy Sepulchre on the south side is a vast mosaic on the wall depicting the events of Christ being brought down from the cross, the anointing, and Joseph Arimathea giving his burial tomb for Christ's body. This is the chapel of the crowning with thorns. In this case, it does not mark the actual site of the event, but is dedicated to the crowning as a part of Christ's sufferance. Encased here in the glass is part of a pillar from the Holy Praetorium where the crowning occurred. Near the main entrance is Golgatha, or Calvary. A staircase on the south side of the main sanctuary leads upstairs to the exact site of Christ's crucifixion. Here stands the huge rock on which the cross stood, and you can touch it through this small opening. According to the Gospel, there was a terrific earthquake at the time of Christ's death. This rock bears a crack that goes down almost 2 stories. This has much religious significance because near the bottom of the crack is where the skull of Adam was buried by Abraham. The blood seeped down the crack, covering Adam's skull and cleansing him from his original sin. The area to the left of Golgotha is probably the place where the repentant thief hung. The area down and to the right is the place where Christ was nailed to the cross. On this spot, the Mother of God watched her Son's crucifixion. About halfway between Golgotha and the place where Mary stood, which is approximately 50 feet, is the stone of anointing. It is protected with a marble slab. History teaches that here Joseph of Arimathea asked for Christ's body to be buried in his own tomb. On this site, he anointed and wrapped the body as was customary of the time. From there, they took Jesus' body to the burial cave about 100 feet north. The cave, which is Christ's tomb, is protected by an edicule which was built by the Greek patriarch in March of 1810. It is a 2-chamber structure beautifully decorated with a lead cupola and a stone-carved railing on top. The dome bears an embossed relief representation of Christ in his resurrected glory. The entrance to the first chamber is very ornate. Arching over the doorway are 13 small icons in a row, and hanging in front of them are silver icon lamps. Once inside, you see a piece of the stone which the angels rolled away. It is about 1.5 feet square and is housed under glass in a sculpted marble case. The walls are heavily decorated with carvings and icons and is peacefully lit by gold and silver icon lamps. The second chamber is the tomb of Christ. The presence of God here is positively overwhelming. It is customary to enter with utmost reverence and exit by backing out, never turning your back on the tomb. Every year on Holy Saturday, the Eastern Orthodox Easter's Eve, a miraculous holy fire comes from inside of Christ's tomb. Pilgrims who have experienced this say it's the most exciting event that's ever happened to them. While in Jerusalem, I had the pleasure of interviewing Metropolitan Vasilius about the holy fire. Your Eminence, can you tell us a little bit about what happens when the holy fire is received by the Patriarch?
This is done every Holy Saturday at midday, at 12 o'clock. The Patriarch goes down to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and in the Holy Altar, until he gets ready, receives delegations from the other churches, Armenian, Copts, Assyrians, who come and kiss the hand of the Patriarch, asking his permission to receive the holy fire. He is dressed fully and makes a procession around 3 times around the holy edicule, with the ceremony, with the participation of clergy, deacons, priests, and in a church which is overcrowded of pilgrims. The door of the edicule is closed and sealed in front of the authorities here, And when the time comes, after the completion of the 3rd round of the Holy Sepulchre edicule, he takes off his dresses, especially left only with the cassock, anyhow, with the cassock, without mitre certainly, and with 2 bundles of candles, enters the edicule, and there he prays, and receives the holy fire, which distributes from the 2 openings of the holy edicule, left and left to the parish priest, who takes it to the holy altar, and there the guardian of the Holy Sepulchre distributes it to the people in the holy altar. And from the right side, he gives to the Armenian representative the holy fire. And from the main entrance of the holy edicule appears the Patriarch with holding in his 2 hands these barrels from the holy fire, and distributes to the people. It is an extraordinary time, which gives the opportunity to see the miracle indeed, which takes place at that time of the holy fire. It is in the commemoration, no doubt, of the fact that the Holy Sepulchre, the tomb of the Lord, was full of light when he was risen from the dead. And also in commemoration of the fact that on Holy Saturday, the first Christians used to get baptized. And everybody used to hold the candles. And with this, and there are many occasions that this holy fire, if you believe in it, you can put it in my beard, for instance. I don't get burnt. And there are people who have come in the firm belief that this is a holy fire, and they see it when it is to be taken.
Your Eminence, earlier today I was outside of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and I saw the crack that's outside of the door. Can you tell me how that happened?
Certainly. In the 16th century, 1547, I think, there was an occasion when the Armenians claimed that they should take the Holy Sepulchre, the holy fire from the Holy Sepulchre. So the Patriarch and his men, his people, his clergy stood outside in front of the entrance to the Church of the Resurrection. And instead of coming, getting the holy fire from the holy, it came from that column which was broken, cracked, and from there came the holy fire. And at that time, the muezzin was calling the people for prayer, the Muslims, I mean. So he believed and came down and was a Christian, became Christian. Yes, that's in commemoration of the holy fire which went from that cracked column to the left.
Located in the eastern cave of the large church is the Chapel of St. Helen. She is a true saint and was responsible for the establishment of many early Christian churches. She was the mother of Constantine the Great. While descending a stone stairwell and looking to the left, it is possible to see what is called the throne of St. Helen. According to tradition, one Jewish man who knew where the cross was hidden pointed it out. Through this window, St. Helen watched and encouraged the tired workers to keep digging as she threw gold coins to them. This is the place where the true cross was found. Pilgrims venerate this site and sometimes leave the names of loved ones to be prayed for. Well, as you have seen, there are many unique places in the Holy Land. Some of them mark civilizations older than we can imagine. Others remind us of Bible stories we first heard as children, and now we have seen them with our very own eyes. The mountains, valleys, deserts, seas, and rivers are full of rich, valuable history. Every person who has seen them can now decide what importance they might have in their own life. I hope you have enjoyed your tour of the Holy Land. For Treasures of Orthodoxy, I'm Tammy Maramianen.